Hi guys, this is a reading for Scorpio. I already laid out the cards for you guys just to not to waste time. So I already laid out the cards for you. So it's Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, and or Venus. So take a look at your chart and see what you have. You might have Scorpio in more than one planet. And also, if you see here, don't look at the genders of the cards too much because everybody has male and female energy. So you shouldn't focus too much on the gender. I will tell you if it's gender specific. As for the zodiac signs, I will tell you what the zodiac signs are that I see. But don't focus too much on the zodiac signs. Focus more on the events. So what else do I have to tell you? Oh yes, because this is a collective reading, some things will resonate with you and some things will not resonate with you, will resonate with some other Scorpio. So make sure that you don't subscribe to something that you don't feel is intuitively guided, or you don't feel that it resonates with you. Don't you try to fit the shoe that doesn't belong to you, or don't try to fit yourself in a cookie mold. So just remember that this is a collective. So going on with this, I will explain the cards as I go along. So your overall energy is death. So that means that put the old to rest and make way for the new. So something really has ended. So you can see this is like a ripped sock. This sock has been used and worn and like been like somebody's pajamas, or like comfortable, like a security blanket. It's been comfortable, it's been worn, it's been ripped. Somebody loved to wear it, obviously wear the shit out of it until they ripped it, and so now it's kind of has a funky odor to it, and it's to the point where you just can't wear it anymore because it doesn't serve its purpose. So you need to throw it out in the garbage, and you need to make way for the new socks. Maybe you have to go to the store and buy something cozy and stuff, and maybe you will miss the sock because they were your favorite comfortable socks and you felt secure when you put them on, especially in winter because it kept you cozy. But it's time for new socks, and you will feel happy because this one had lost its function. The new sock that you will get will have a better function, whether you realize it or not. So it seems here, so your energy, you are portraying this energy of the Page of Swords. So do you see this? He has the sword of truth and he's wielding it out in the air, and this is like do you see, like on the side he has all these books and stuff, like he's learning a trade and a craft, and so he wants to find out the truth and stuff like this. So this is like the spine card. So this is this energy is of maybe checking out, scoping someone on internet, their social media, their emails, their place of work. Maybe you're stopping by at their place of work. Maybe you are driving through their house. Maybe you are walking your dog, or if you don't have a dog, maybe you're walking near their home. You're analyzing data, gathering information. So this is my own card. I'm using my deck as well, that I'm publishing and copywriting at this moment. Are you paparazzi? Because you're scoping someone hard. This is what my tarot deck says. And you can see here that this woman right here has like all the latest technology to scope someone out like a paparazzi. She has all different lenses for far and near, and she even has anecdotal records. You can see here that she's jotting down information about what she sees. So it seems like you're spying on someone. Okay, this is the energy that I see that you have. So now, so when I shuffled your deck, I had a lot of cards pop up as the challenge, or what crosses you. So here, what crosses you is like, a third party situation, like maybe like another person that's on your mind. So you have a couple energies here. You can see you have three energies, you and two other people here. You have you and two other people. So you have that energy. So it's like a third party scenario. So it seems like what ended was a marriage or a long-term partnership that ended, because it just was the old sock that I was telling you about. This is like a happy partnership on the upright, like a partnership that is loving and stuff like this. And if you turn it around, it's like no more. It's like stale, like the old sock that I told you. So it's like more of a marriage of convenience. There's no love anymore. The love had grown old and stagnant, and it's just not something fruitful anymore. It's not something that it's gone. It's dead. And you kind of feel bad about it, and you're losing sleep over it, and like you can't sleep, so you might be reading a book or might be going to your social media, or and getting up at all hours of the night, sad, kind of being anxious about it. With the Nine of Swords, you're being anxious about it, getting up at night. It's almost like you're a prisoner of your own fear. You're like you're imprisoned by your fear, or by your lack of sleep. You're actually even further. Let me see my cards here. I have my cards here. Even further, you're like, here in my cards I have, I kind of prefer my deck better because it's kind of super cool, and I can't wait to publish it. And so here with the Nine of Swords, you're having kind of a spiritual warfare during witching hours. So here you can see that you're kind of battling like your dark side and your good side. You're getting downloads from the universe, but you're like, oh my gosh, is it so? What should I believe? What shouldn't I? And you're kind of like letting your imagination run wild. So the reason why you're getting downloads is because something is dying, and you're like making way for the new. So it's a big change. When you have a big change like this, you tend to have these awakenings, or death and rebirth. That's like an awakening. And so you're losing sleep and stuff like this, and you're kind of like mustering the strength to like be on your own, to finally be on your own, and you're successful on your own. In all actuality, you are successful on your own. You make great money. You like keep yourself healthy. You're really like keep yourself fit and physically and stuff like this. Materially, you're doing well, and even like so you can live in luxury by yourself. But the thing is that you're not used to living by yourself, that you're kind of scared to be by yourself, but you're kind of like getting into like moving into transitioning into being able to be by yourself. So this is something that you're transitioning into because you're not quite used to this, because you've been in this relationship, right? So now I said there was a third party situation, like there's three energies here. So with yours, so that's your energy plus two other energies here that I see. And so you're thinking about with the Three of Pentacles, you're thinking about the relationship that you had with your long-term partner, and it was really based off materialism. You can see here the big pentacle here, and everybody's focusing on the gold. So it was most focused on the comfortability, on the physical, on like the materialism, but the love is kind of like not there. You don't see cups, you don't see like anybody focusing on the love, only like the material. So it was like comfy, it was more out of comfort. And so the reason why I say that, you were, this was so, is because this card was facing the relationship that is no longer. Now, Three of Coins is also, it means that it's a past life contract, so it's a karmic situation. So you've sealed the deal whether you know it or not. So you're thinking about the karmic contract you had with your past partner, as well as the karmic contract you have with the new person that you actually fell in love with accidentally, which I will talk about right now. So you did fall in love with this person with the Ace of Wands, and you weren't quite prepared for it. You were kind of like, you know, surprised that you could, you know, have passion. You know, it's like something lit a fire up your ass and you have like passion over somebody, and you're trying to, it's like a fresh new idea. It's something fresh that you're trying to get off the ground. So my card says get your vision board out and make shit happen. So, you know, like, so you want to manifest something, and this is just the idea of the beginning of your manifest. So you exactly haven't put it out there to work so you can manifest it into fruition. You just are thinking about doing it, whatever that may. Maybe it's a new relationship, or a new job, or a new business venture. But right here I see that it's manifesting something with someone here, because right here I see here the Queen of Wands, which is somebody that is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, so somebody with that on their natal chart. So right now in people's natal charts, I see water signs: Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I see air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see earth signs. I see big Scorpio. This is your card right here. This is your card, Scorpio. And so you're at your element. So you actually, you're a person that can handle death and rebirth very well, because this is what you do. You like tear down the old and create new all the time. This is what Scorpios actually do and are excellent in doing so. And so I see earth signs, which are Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So I see all the signs on the board. So most prevalent are Leo, Aries, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, I said, right? Yeah, so those are the signs that I see at this moment that are like just jumping out of this board. Okay, so let's talk about the person that you're kind of like having this seed of intention, like this seed of passion towards. And you're really passionate about this person. This person is actually, I checked my pendulum, and I asked because it was a big, deep soulmate connection with the 6 of Hearts and the 10 of Diamonds. So it was a deep soulmate connection, and so it's somebody obviously that you've met before. It's not somebody new, because the 6 of Hearts, which is the 6 of Cups, is here, which is a card of somebody from your past experiences, and it's also really karmic. So it's like every relationship is karmic actually, but this is like a soulmate, you know, that you have a contract with, that you have to fulfill this contract. So this contract has died with this person that you just finished with, and then now you have a new contract with this other person, and it's up to you whether to fulfill the contract or not. You have free will. Okay, so I asked if this was a soulmate or a twin flame. I asked if this was a twin flame, and my pendulum said, I'm going to ask again. What does my pendulum say about this? Is this a twin flame? So do you see it goes in a circle? So that means yes, it's a twin flame. It's a twin flame situation. This is what I asked my pendulum. So it's a twin flame situation. So because I'm not familiar too much with the way to read tarot cards with playing cards, because these are old school ways of doing it, and why I particularly like it, because I just bought this book, and what I particularly like about it is that it gives you like really specific facts about a person in question. So every time I have a queen or king on the board, I like to read you know, specifically what their intentions are, what is their deepest desires, and like what goes on in their deep psyche. So this is what I got in return. I got the 10 of Diamonds, which means that this is, like I said, this is a soulmate connection. This is fortune and blessing. So this person is meant to be in your life. Okay, you will have great fortune and blessings with this person. That make sure that you, it says here, make sure that you keep your values high and your intentions clear. And you will keep yourself in good standing with the generosity of life itself. So the more you share and the more you have good values and stuff, you're going to get abundance and good fortune back at you, because this is the law of attraction. So it says your social life and family will take top priority at this time. So you are wanting to mingle, and your ambition, your passion, your drive will be at the fore with this person. You'll feel passionate towards this person. So this is a really strong connection, and this is a connection that is guided by the divine, which means that this is something that the universe wants you to do, is be in relationship with this person. So it's divinely guided. Not all relationships are divinely guided, but when I mean divinely guided, it means that the universe puts things in their right order so you can fulfill your contract with this person, because you before you come into this earth and are born into this earth, you have this contract with your twins. Your soulmate, you can manifest, a lot of soulmates in your lifetime, but you cannot manifest a twin. A twin has a contract with you before you're actually, born. So you had 2 contracts here, it seems like, but this one has died. You've completed the cycle with this contract, and now you have another contract. So if you don't fulfill the contract, then when you are in the ethers again, you decide whether you want to continue this karmic lesson and fulfill this contract with this person again, or you want to, create your own destiny or whatever. So you have free will. But it seems like these twin flame relationships, you've had these contracts with this for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And I will pull a past life for this, just to see, what you and this person have in common, or what are the karmic lessons you still have to fulfill with this person. So here it says, any uncertainty or emotional insecurity experienced by either of you is most likely the result of emotional restlessness, and can be alleviated with creative expression, physical activities, or better communication. So that means that you guys are not having a great communication right now. If you are, that's great, but it seems like if you're not, then there's something wrong with, there's a blockage in your throat chakra that you have to alleviate your throat chakra. And also if you are frustrated and stuff, go to work out. That really works well. The 10 of Diamonds has selfish tendencies that can lead to being a bit self-absorbed. So it's important to make listening to your partner a priority. So you have a little bit of self-absorption here. I will talk about your karmic lessons here in a little bit, okay? So let's just move on with this person that you have here. So then you have the Six of Hearts. And the Six of Hearts is like a strong soulmate bond, a twin flame type of relationship, and and I could feel it too. That's why I asked. And it says that when the heart energy is so strongly present in a connection, the mind and ego can react strongly. So know that a lot of issues are bound to come up in this type of relationship, that you have to balance your emotions and your ego and your mind and your spirit all have to balance in this type of relationship, because your emotions are so strong, and most of the time you're mirroring each other, and you feel so many things that you have yet to be healed, like past childhood traumas and all these things that you haven't healed that need healing. So sometimes these things come up to the fore. It's almost like a mirror looking back at you, so you can heal them before you enter this divine union. So it says here, each of your personal preferences for being in control will rise to the heights of their fullest expression. And in these moments, there will be opportunities for increasing self-awareness and for personal transformation. So this is exactly what I said, right? So So power struggles are bound to occur in this relationship because you're also trying to balance the yin and yang within you, the female and male energy within you. Once you come in union with yourself, you can come in union with the other person. And it's not just in union with yourself, then the other person will come at you and it's divine timing. No, you have to wait for the other person to have also that union with herself, and you start having that union with yourself with self-love. And I will talk about the karmic lessons in a little bit. Okay, so we move on. So we have established that. Now, in the future, you know, this is the nearest future, this person. And in the future, you have the strength, which is the card of Leo, which means that you must have gone through quite a great awakening and a change for you to have the card of strength as, you know, your outcome, because you don't have the strength if you haven't gone through something so hard, a hard lesson or a hard emotion or a heartbreak or something like this. And so you have the strength, and I clarify the strength is that you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a slow-moving knight, a knight that moves slowly towards their direction that they want to. So you want to move towards the direction of this person because you have feelings for this person, right? They're your soulmate, but you're doing it at such a slow pace, and you're doing it so guarded. You're like guarded with you're defending, you're guarded with your emotions and stuff. You don't want to get hurt because you're like the wounded warrior. You're wounded from all the past shit in your past relationships, and that have actually turned karmic because they should have been over a long time ago. You know, and this shit is reversed. It should have been over a long time ago, but you're finally are ending this, but you still kind of feel you're in transition because you kind of like, it was an old cozy sock, you know. It's kind of like something that you have to get used to, being abundant by yourself, not being codependent. So this is what's karmic about it, is the codependency. So you feel guarded about that. You're like, oh, I don't want to fall in love again. It's such a heartbreak. I'm going to get heartbroken. This is like, you know, I'm afraid to do it, but you're doing it. But you have one left to say, okay, I'm going to go into this, but really slowly. Because ultimately, you do love this person with a Queen of Cups, and the person loves you ultimately. Ultimately, there's love here. There's nurturing. This is a queen that's a nurturing queen. She's emotionally stable. Look at this cup. She has a lot of love to give, and she doesn't necessarily drown. She knows how to control her emotions because she's experienced with her emotions. She knows how she feels. She knows herself well. So she can display all these emotions, but at the same time, she's not drowning in it. She's stable. She's stable with her emotions. And so I will draw up a past life card to see what it says. So what okay, oh yeah, I have to tell you guys what the karmic lessons were, okay? So it's numerology, and so I have it here on mine. And I actually like better I like it better that I kind of prepare the cards for you guys, because I give you guys more information. So if you like that better, please write a comment or feedback on my email down below in the description box down below. So you get karmic lesson number 1, which is that your will needs to be strengthened with this transformation. You're not, you know, working as in a relationship. You're not in a relationship with someone. You're by yourself now, and because you're by yourself now, you will need to make your own decisions, and you must learn to be independent. This is your karmic lesson, okay? So you must learn to be independent. That's what it says. Okay, so here 8 means that you've been in this cycle with this person for a long time. So past lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of this. And actually, not only with your new soulmate, but with your old soulmate too. And maybe you guys have made soul contracts with each other, you know, like the 3 of you guys. And you shouldn't think about it in the perspective of the ego. And I know it's like, you know, hurtful to think about, you know, 3 people making a soul contract, but it's true. I mean, in the spirit sense, you know, it's more spiritually, we do these things. So when these things happen, know that these are karmic lessons that you have to learn, that you had contract to learn these lessons. So it's a little bit easier to understand them and forgive people for doing these things. But it doesn't, just because you forgive doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put up with it. You know, you can love, but you can love far away, and you know, you don't have to be in this party soup, you know, soup situation where there's so many people involved. This is like a soup some party thing that, you know, you don't have to be in it. You know, you can forgive, but you can forgive and move on. So now you have also the karmic lesson 3, which is you're highly critical. So you're always like thinking of yourself as being inadequate, or you know, like you're going to embarrass yourself, you're not good enough, you're always finding fault. So try to be gentle with yourself, okay? Try not to do this with yourself, because you're closely connected spiritually with this soulmate right here. And if you have low vibrations, chances are that because there's a strong emotional cord and telepathy, chances are that person's going to have the same vibrations you do and not realize that it comes from you. So this is on the spiritual side of this. And then the 9 is you need to learn to be compassionate and tolerant and understanding towards others. You have to learn to identify with the trials of others. So you're kind of like egocentric, a little bit too ambitious, and to the point of stepping over people's toes to get what you want, because you're a little self-absorbed. And fire signs tend to be this way. So there will be times when you will have to sacrifice some egocentric ambitions for the good of a particular project or some larger goal. So just try not to think of yourself. You're not the only one that gets heartbroken here. People get heartbroken. And what you might think is a little thing, to other people is like a major heartbreak. So you have to communicate, and you have to think of, oh gee, how would I feel if this would happen to me? How would I feel if, you know, I don't communicate in this way? How would I feel if, you know, people just ghost me, or people just, what is it? Other words, like not only ghosted, but I don't know, some, you know, use me as supply, or, you know, it's better to let your intentions be known, you know, and keep your karma correct, because there is cause and effect in this world, and whatever you reap you shall sow. So if, you know, if not in this lifetime, then the next lifetime, because this is just the law of the world, the law of the universe, and the universe sees everything that you do, believe it or not. And so what are the things that you guys have together, and what are the things that are affecting you in this current lifetime? I'm going to check right now. I'm going to put these away. So some readings take longer than others, and so this is why, so it's just the way of it is, and some readings require different cards than other readings. So this is just, I don't use the same decks for every reading, of course, because it doesn't require it. You know, it's like these are tools that you use when you need them. So just like a doctor, you need to use different tools. Just like a dentist, you need different tools. Tarot card readers need different tools in order to decipher the information that comes from the uploads that they get, the downloads that they get, sorry. Okay, so what is connecting them? Okay, what's connecting you is love life right here. Love life. Which states my point of what I already knew what would happen. And when you're a tarot reader, you already know, you know, like it's just the cards that you get is just another affirmation of what you actually intuitively know. Okay, so it says this card comes to you as an indication that your love life is affected by one or more previous lifetimes. Most likely you had a painful experience back then that has caused you to be overly cautious, like this Nine of Wands. In such cases, working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful, loving heart. So you have a block in your heart chakra and your throat chakra. So try to have Reiki healing if you can, to kind of align and let the energy flow back into your chakras. Or meditate. This will open up your chakras again. And you can look online how you can get the energy flowing back through your chakras. It's also likely that this card comes to you as validation that the man or woman you're romantically interested in was also a prominent person in your past life. This individual may not necessarily have been a romantic partner at that time, but your inclination to connect romantically in this life is definitely part of the greater plan. I'd like to ask Source, if Spirit, if this person was connected to you romantically. Was this person connected to you romantically? In your past life? That's what I thought. Yes, they were connected to you romantically. Yes, this is somebody you love. If you don't know, in the three-dimensional, your higher self definitely loves this person. So you're just like, if you are not feeling this, then there's something obviously wrong. You're blocking your intuition. You're just freaking clueless. And so you need to, meditate, do something, because you're like in the matrix or something like this. If you don't know this situation, and if your intuition is like, you're blocking your intuition or something like this. But it seems like, it seems like if you don't know now, you're transforming and getting more, and you're ascending, and you are going to come to that realization in the future. So that's all, guys. I love you guys. Take care. Thank you. Bye.